In 2016, National Defense Transportation Law integrated even more domestic shipping companies' commercial fleets into the Strategic Support Fleets, obligating them to support the People's Liberation Army, the PLA, operations. To meet the requirement of military operations, certain civilian ships must be built to military standards. These ships must be able to transport mechanized units, load and unload in unprepared or minimal berthing conditions, and maintain high cruising speeds. Roro vessels directly linked to PLA activities are designed with even more specific military standards. A Taiwanese military study found out that the major characteristic of these vessels are the multiple horizontal levels, usually ranging from 2 to 6. This allows to maximize the usable space, but also to minimize damage in case of damage done to one of the floors. This also makes them more recognizable, as they usually sport larger hulls and sit taller on the water than purely commercial ships. Furthermore, these ships are equipped with additional ventilators and anti-rocking tanks, which better helps in ventilating the inside of the ship from the exhaust gases and stabilizing the ship when loaded with heavy vehicles, like tanks. However, the most tangible example of how these ships have been modified to military standards can be seen in their access ramps. A typical ferry ramp consists of hydraulic pistons that drive chains tethered to the ramp frame, pretty much like a medieval castle drawbridge. The ramp is lowered onto a berth to unload the ship's cargo. However, new ramps are designed to support the launch and recovery of amphibious vehicles. First, the ramp itself needs to be reinforced to hold the weight of armor vehicles at its tip. But it also needs to be able to maintain its position against the waves and the currents. A case in point of new ramp design is presented by the Bangchi Dao. In 2014 pictures, the ship featured the commonly found chain piston setup. But during an amphibious exercise in 2020, the ship was spotted with a new ramp system, with pairs of hydraulic cylinders on each side of the ramp, connected to support arms, instead of the chains. This makes the ramp capable of launching and recovering amphibious vessels at sea, but also makes it capable of operating with relatively unprepared berthing facilities or floatable pontoons.